The Power of the Daleks, Episode 1.
Episode 1 of The Power of the Daleks is one of the most important episodes of Doctor Who. Frustratingly, though, it's missing from the archives. The first scene of this episode, running to just over 7 minutes in length, establishes the new Doctor and shows viewers the sorts of things to expect from their new leading man. According to the camera script, 41 shots were planned for this scene. Using the telesnaps, the off-screen cine footage and production photographs, we can begin to get a better idea of how this scene played out on screen. So strap in, because we're going to take a closer look at each of those 41 planned shots. The episode opens with the usual title sequence, which is faded to black. The first shot of the episode fades in from black, and the camera script indicates that a black edge filter was used on the image. Looking at the telesnaps, this seems to indicate that the contrast started high and was brought down until the picture was normal. Coupled with the sound effect labelled TARDIS Goes Wrong, this would suggest that we're witnessing the end of the regeneration scene from another angle. Once all this is over, the episode captions were shown over the unconscious Doctor. The camera then pulled back for a 3-shot showing Ben and Polly crouched over the Doctor. There is a small shadow at the top of the telesnap, which is likely to be where Ben and Polly were positioned. Shot 2 was a long shot with the TARDIS console in the foreground. Ben and Polly rise up and look around the room, which we can see in this telesnap. Shot 3 is a medium close-up of Ben and Polly, which we can see in the telesnaps and the cine clips. This is continued in shot 4, which is a close-up of Ben. We don't have anything for shot 5. This is described as a medium close-up of Polly and Ben panning to favour Polly. It's likely that the start of this shot is similarly composed to the previous medium close-up in shot 3. Shot 6 is another long shot of the console room, and a very tiny fragment of this is in the cine clips. Shot 7 is a close-up of the Doctor as he begins to regain consciousness. Shots 8 and 9 have no visual reference. 8 is a medium close-up of Ben and Polly looking at the Doctor, and shot 9 starts with a high-angle close-up of the Doctor, which then pulls back and cranes down as the Doctor sits up. Some of this action survives in the rehearsal photographs, giving us a good idea of how this might have looked. As the Doctor begins to regain control, we have shot 10, which showed Ben and Polly through a bee's eye filter, distorting the image, which we can see in the telesnap. Shot 11 is a close-up of the Doctor struggling to concentrate. Troughton can be seen to be doing tricks with his eyes in this telesnap, suggesting that this was that shot. With shot 12, the script indicates a close-to shot of Ben and Polly. There is a shot on the cine reel that is likely to be this shot, as their concerned reactions would match what the script dictates. There is another close-to shot of Ben and Polly for shot 15, so there is a possibility that this clip might be shot 15 and not shot 12. Shot 13 is another close-up of the Doctor, which we don't have. But we do have the telesnap from the end of shot 14, which shows the TARDIS console, which had been distorted, gradually coming back into focus. Shot 15 is the previously mentioned 2-shot of Ben and Polly that we may or may not have. Shot 16, however, is much easier to place. We can see from the existing footage the Doctor sitting on the floor, remarking, "It's over." Another missing shot is number 17, which is a medium shot of the 3 actors as the Doctor stands up. We do have examples of shots 18 and 19, with the Doctor examining his face in the cine clips and falling onto the console as seen in the telesnaps. We do have an example of a later moment in shot 19 as the Doctor begins to stumble away from the console. Shots 20 and 21 have the Doctor becoming entangled in his cloak, falling to the floor and losing his ring. Again, we can see something of this in the rehearsal photographs. With shot 22, we probably have more than you'd expect. The script indicates that we start with a medium close-up of the Doctor's ring on the ground as Polly steps into shot. This is captured in a telesnap. She then bends down, picks up the ring, and the camera pans up to show her and Ben. We can see the end of this shot in the moving footage and telesnaps. We can also see the start of shot 23 as the Doctor rummages in the chest. Shot 24 is a two-shot of Ben and Polly as Ben decides to confront the Doctor. The action moves into shot 25 for a deep three-shot as the Doctor hands Ben a mirror to hold. It's highly likely during these two shots is the moment that the Doctor puts his coat on for the first time. The previous existing shots show the Doctor in his shirt sleeves, and the next sequence will see the Doctor in his coat. We then pause recording for the only time in this scene. This is to give the time to line up the camera for the next shot, which contains a visual effect. Recording resumes with another shot we don't have, which is number 26. And this is a close-up of the Doctor bending down to look in the mirror. Fortunately, however, we do have the next couple of shots. We have a telesnap showing shot 27, which is an over-the-shoulder shot showing the Doctor's reflection in the mirror. Michael Craze can be seen holding the mirror, and the subsequent effect shot required him to hold the mirror very still. For this effect, camera 5 was lined up and pointing at a photograph of William Hartnell, which had been taken during the production of The 10th Planet. The photo element was then superimposed over the shot of the mirror using the inlay technique. At the very end of this shot, seen on the Cineclips, if you look closely, you can see the edge of the inlay effect. The Cineclip continues into shot 28, which shows the Doctor's slightly cheeky reaction to his new face. Shot 29 returns to the shot of the mirror, and the inlay effect is faded out. This is likely to have been from the same angle and had the same composition as the previous effect shot. It's from this point on that we have fewer examples of what appeared on screen, so we have to rely more on the camera script. Shot 30 is a low 3 shot of the Doctor, Ben and Polly, which ends when the Doctor produces a dagger. Shot 31 starts with the Doctor and Polly, but moves to focus on the Doctor. Shot 32 is another low 3 shot as the Doctor moves to look in the chest. Shot 33 starts low, with the Doctor rummaging in the chest. It pans up as the Doctor stands holding the piece of Dalekanium. The end of this shot is captured in a telesnap. Shot 34 begins with a medium close-up of the Doctor examining his nails under a magnifying glass. The camera moves to make this a 3 shot as Ben and Polly enter to confront the Doctor about his ring. We now come to shot 35, which again is one we don't have an example of, but there is an interesting part to it. Again, we start low down with the Doctor in the chest, and we pan up for a 3 shot. At this point in the script, there is a note to insert shot 41. Shot 41 was recorded at the very end of this TARDIS scene, and it showed the Doctor's hat landing on the TARDIS clock. A shot of the Doctor with the hat on the clock can be seen in the rehearsal photos. The action around the hat is not clear in the script, but if I was to hazard a guess, in shot 35, as the Doctor finishes rummaging in the chest, he finds the hat and tosses it away, where it lands perfectly on the clock on the shot recorded at the end of the scene. Back to shot 36, and again we can see how this looked with the Cineclips and the telesnaps. This shot began as a medium shot of just the Doctor, moving to a 3 shot with Ben and Polly lurking in the background. While we do have one telesnap from shot 37, this is at the end of a long pullback from a close-up of the Doctor's recorder and diary. We end with a long shot of the Doctor playing the recorder. Ben and Polly are then seen in a close 2 shot for shot 38, reacting to this performance. Shot 39 is a 3 shot, which has the Doctor at the front picking up and beginning to read his diary. The telesnap for this shot is the last visual fragment from this scene. Shot 40 is the last shot of this scene, not including the additional insert shot, of course. And this is a long shot of the console room with the Doctor, Ben and Polly as they exit the TARDIS. We start with a long shot of the Doctor at the console, Ben and Polly enter, and as the Doctor leaves, the camera moves for a 2 shot of Ben and Polly. Before I finish, some of you might be wondering about this shot of the Doctor from the cine footage. In the past, the Doctor's line, "Are you not?" has been dubbed over this sequence. However, looking at the planned shots of the TARDIS scene, this shot does not appear to line up with any of the directions in the camera script. It's likely to have appeared later in the episode, possibly during the scenes in the Mercury Swamp. And that is the end of the first scene of The Power of the Daleks. Thanks to the resources that have survived, we can piece all the bits together to get a better idea of how this scene flowed on screen. This would be a good time for somebody to find the episode and show how I've got it all wrong. And I wouldn't mind at all.